Dan Illman, Mike Beer, taking a look at the feature race at Saratoga on Sunday. It's the Mahony, 5.5 furlongs on the melon turf. 3-year-olds, $150,000 is the purse. Big favorite in this race on the morning line. Let's take a look at the field. Let's take a look at Big Invasion, who has won his last 5 starts on the turf, all pretty easily, including the quick call earlier this meet.
Yeah, just hasn't really had to sweat out anything. 4 straight stakes wins for this horse. He's clear under the wire in all of those races. Cut back to this course and distance last time. No problem in the quick call with a triple-digit buyer. Way the horse to beat.
Facing an interesting field with some new faces, a couple of international invaders. Catamosto comes in from Ireland. Editorial comment comes up from Argentina. We throw up the Timeform US pace projector, and the 5, that's right, has big speed. And he has just flourished since switching to the turf. He's going to make the front in here. The question is, how much heat can the 6 Surprise Boss put on him? Because that guy's pretty quick, too.
Yeah, Surprise Boss is sort of an underrated fast horse. He doesn't look that quick in his races, but if the pace is fast, he still finds a way to be there. Boy, I think they're going to have a tough time keeping up with that, right? Just based on his first 3 turf starts, this horse is wicked fast.
In from Europe is the one Catamosto for trainer Joseph O'Brien. This guy's on a 7-race losing streak. He's really battle-tested for a relatively lightly raced 3-year-old. Then again, some tough competition in his last 3 races. That Group 2 last time out in Ireland, kind of one pace, stayed on to finish 4th. He's hoping for a big pace up front, I would think.
Yeah, I think he'll probably get it. It feels like there's enough pace in this race to set this horse up. I don't know. He's probably a good fit here, Dan. He's kept really good company overseas. I just can't say, having watched, 4 or 5 of his races, I just can't say I'm thrilled with any of his performances. Even the Group 1, 3 starts back, he was beaten just a couple of lengths in there. But he had a really good trip. He had every chance to be competitive in that race, and he just wasn't close to good enough.
Thus far, he's lacked the explosiveness in his last few races. It is interesting, his only win, while it did come over a synthetic surface, was the only start he ran around a turn. Most of his races have come on straightaways. Maybe he'll come with a bid. Big Invasion, though, is way the horse to beat. 100 buyer speed figure in this race, the quick call. And Joel Rosario rated him at the back. He then split horses through a tight hole on the backstretch, got the seam, Big Invasion just does the rest. And I love when Joel finally asks him for a little bit. He's going to smooch to him right here at the 8th pole. He creates quick separation.
Yeah, he has a quick burst of speed in him, this horse, and he's just really impressive winning here. Joel took a hold of him out of the gate in this race. He never got too far away, but he just kept him in hand for a long way. And then when it was time, this horse was there for him. I got to be honest, Dan, I've bet against him 3 times in a row, and I've just gotten hot and dirty for it. I don't know if I want to bet against him again.
The Gray Sky and Sand is up next for Steve Asmussen. Jose Ortiz is going to take the mount. He just finished 4th in the quick call. The race we showed you, he was down towards the inside in that race, just couldn't finish with Big Invasion. He's got tactical speed. He can sit in the second flight if the pace is fast, and he does seem to be slowly improving, but Big Invasion sure had his number last time.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it, too. I mean, I could see trying to make a case to get him in there somewhere, if only because in the quick call, he spent a lot of time sort of down inside behind horses, and maybe that wasn't, a perfect trip for him. I didn't think he had a huge excuse, but maybe he gets a cleaner trip this time and he takes a little bit of a step forward. I still don't know how good this horse is. Then I liked his turf debut. I hated his second start. I thought he ran pretty well last time.
We've seen Ken McPeak have a lot of success with South American imports. The 4 editorial comment is going to ship up from Argentina, switch to turf for the first time. He won his last 3 races. He's going to get blinkers here. It appears he's been working in company with Envoûtant, who's a solid older dirt handicap mare for Kenny McPeak. But this is just a big ask, switching surfaces, a Southern Hemisphere 3-year-old to boot.
Yeah, I mean, he's just not my kind of horse. I guess he is a real wild card in here. If nothing else, he ran pretty well too back because he didn't break great in that race. And then he had to work pretty hard, but he got the job done in there last time. He just had the best speed in that field, and he won that race pretty easily. I do think this horse can run a little bit. I just don't really want to bet him in here.
The 5 is That's Right. He's won his last 3 starts, including the My Frenchman at Monmouth, and we're going to watch that race. Not only has he been flawless in those races, he's gone gate to wire in all of them. No one has gotten close to him. He's been 2 lengths in front at just about every call. We see him bursting into the stretch with a big lead, and they just can't catch him. He's now popped 90 buyer speed figures in his last 2, and if Surprise Boss can't go with this horse, That's Right's likely to be in front turning into the stretch.
Yeah, I think he will be in front. We could have showed you any one of the replays from his 3 turf races, and it would have looked just like that one. He opens up on these fields from the gate. They can't keep up with him. and he never gives the fields a chance behind him. Obviously, this is going to be way tougher for him. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to be surprised if he's right there at the end. This horse has been legitimately good in his turf races.
The New York bred Surprise Boss was third in the quick call. That was the race that Big Invasion won. He set the pace that day under a lot of pressure, and he dug in pretty gamely to finish third. Now he draws outside the other speed. He has shown the ability to sit and finish going slightly longer distances, so maybe Kendrick Carmouche will try to avoid a duel with That's Right and sit second and try to really ratchet up the pressure turning for home.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. We'll see. I have no knocks on this horse. He just shows up and he runs well every time, and he's actually a really good price on the morning line at 15-1. I couldn't talk myself into him. I won't be surprised when he runs well again, though, Dan. That's what he does.
Determined Kingdom completes this field, and he's a little bit underrated. If you just look at his 5.5 furlong turf races, they're all very good. Now, surrounding them are races going a mile, which have been a little bit long for him, and synthetic races, which might not be his cup of tea. But Determined Kingdom's coming off a really easy win in the punchline against Virginia Breds last time out. Does he have to improve? Sure, but he might get a fast pace. He's 20-1 in the morning line, and maybe he could sneak into the exotics.
Yeah, he's my other horse to use in this race along with the favorite. And here he's won 4 in a row sprinting on the grass, but they're all spread out. So it doesn't really look like he's in really good turf sprint form, but he is. And I know it was a weaker field last time. He absolutely crushed that field. I think this horse is actually pretty good.
Very excellent barn he goes out for. Phil Schoenthal, just a staple on the Mid-Atlantic circuit. Let's take a look at our top picks for the Mahony. Big Invasion's way the horse to beat. I'm just going to try to go with one of the X factors in here, Catamosto. I have a feeling he's going to appreciate North American style of racing, a big pace up front. Maybe he comes with a kick. Big Invasion's the horse to beat, but it's a fun race because you do have the Argentine horse editorial comment. You've got the big speed of That's Right. Determined Kingdom's got the 5.5 furlong form, so not exactly a gimme for Big Invasion, although he'll be a short price.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of done trying to beat him, I guess. I put him on top this time, so maybe this is the time to jump on him here. I'm going to try to get Determined Kingdom in the number with him.
2751 for Mike, 1256 for me. It's the Mahony at Saratoga on Sunday. Good luck.